I need somebody to tell me what the is going on in this show.
Help me! Help me! Nigga! Help me!
Welcome back to the channel. I'm Dally Mac, back with another video. Today we're going to be getting into From Season 1 review. Yeah, this show is interesting to say the least. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. This is a show my mom put me onto, and a lot of you told me to check this show out in the comment section of my From Season 3 trailer reaction. I mean, where do I even start here? So yeah, I think the show has a very interesting premise. Looks like it's a very controlled setting type of show where it focuses on this little town that all these people seem to get stuck in. They, I guess through being there, they figure, wow, now that I think about it, that has me like wondering a lot of questions now, but they figure out that there's rules to being in this town. There's these monsters that come out at night. Pretty much if you don't lock your doors, seal the windows and cover them up, and then put this little talisman up, they're gonna eat your fucking face off. There's a lot of interesting characters in here. I was chatting with my mom and she was like, well, who's your favorite character? I like Jade. He kind of seemed like he was going to be an annoying ass character at first, but he has some really funny moments towards the end of this season. If I had to choose my overall favorite character, probably Boyd. I think he has a lot of complexity to him. Especially when they did his kind of backstory and how him and his family ended up in the town that they're in. But yeah, there's a lot of weird concepts and theories that I have going through my head about what could be going on in this show. Like I said, I believe my mom mentioned that it's from the creators of Lost, so the show is going to mostly take place in one setting, with the exception of the woods that I saw in this last season. So yeah, this family ended up crashing the RV into Jade's car with the other person that he was traveling with, and yeah, they end up stuck in this town. They meet the people that are there. The people that are there tell them and give them a rundown of how to survive and what the customs are of being in this little town that they're in. The family gets an option to choose whether they want to stay in the colony house, which is a big house with everybody in there. There's kind of no privacy. It's just kind of I don't know, it's like a community house kind of, and then they have the option to either stay in the town, where you get your own town and you have some autonomy to you, as long as you follow the rules that they tell people. So yeah, as long as the windows shut, doors and windows are shut, covered, and then the little talisman is up, it seems like the monsters can't really do much, but it does seem like they have some type of siren, or I guess kind of Pennywise effect, where if they get in your head, or they can kind of manipulate you into doing things that you shouldn't be doing, as far as protecting your safety and sanity. Some of the theories that I think could be going on in this show, obviously it could be some type of parallel universe or pocket universe. It seems like that's a big theme in the entertainment business since Marvel kind of started the multiverse saga with their franchise and stuff like that. Obviously a lot of shows have taken to that, and I've watched a show called Constellation. There's a lot of shows dealing with pocket universes and multiverse. I also think they're in some type of simulation or video game. That's kind of implied throughout the episodes of the show. There's certain characters that mention that they are software developers, or I know Ethan mentioned something about a hero's quest, and when I think about that, I immediately think about a video game. Yeah, so I'm not even gonna lie, no pun intended, I'm kind of lost just as far as what actually could be going on. There seems to be characters that have been there for years, like Victor's been there for pretty much his whole adolescence into his adulthood, which he's in now. Donna's been there quite a bit. She's kind of interesting too, and there's some stories that don't add up between her and a couple of other characters, so I don't know if they're in on this shit or if they have some insider information, but hey, let me know. I guess I need to find out in season 2. I should be starting that soon. There's this crazy bitch named Sarah, man. So she was treating a patient in the infirmary or hospital I think it's on episode 1 or 2, and it caught me completely off guard that she was going to stab him in the neck with a scalpel.
That crazy bitch out there again.
I was like, damn, this bitch crazy. And then she started talking to herself, hearing voices in her head. There's one point, I think it's like episode 4 or 5, she's in the diner again, hearing the voices in her head, and then writing appears on her arm.
Do you know how to connect the cuts?
Tic-tac-toe in your face. Straight X's straight across diagonal. Almost had your ass the other way. Tic-tac-toe on your arm.
And tells her to unalive Ethan or the family that came with the boy. There's also, speaking of that, there's also some weird stuff going on with that too. So Ethan, at the very first episode, you see that there's a piece of metal sticking through his leg after they get into the accident, and then like literally an episode 2 later, my dude's already walking as if nothing ever happened. And I think my mom had to point it out to me. She was like, did you notice anything? I was like, no. And she was like, well, did you not notice that Ethan had that big old pole sticking out of his leg and now he's able to walk? And I was like, oh no, I didn't catch that at first. That's what got me thinking about the video game theory. In video games, you kind of heal quickly over time once you're away from danger and stuff like that. So yeah, there's just a lot going on with the show and a lot to unpack. Honestly, I'm not even going to try to get into all these notes that I took, but I'm going to leave it to you guys to kind of help me out and give me some hints as to what could be going on without spoiling it, of course. There is like I said, Victor's been there for a long time, and he's clearly learned tips and tricks on how to survive this whole universe that they're in. He realizes Ethan has similar abilities that he had when he first got into that town. So there must be a theme there with young children being able to interact with this little entity, this boy in white that shows up at the most random times. And it seems like, unlike the monsters, this boy can be seen in the daytime as well, but only Ethan and Victor have seen him to my knowledge. So I think they're connected somehow, some way, because I think even before the boy in white, or before Ethan makes Victor aware that he knows of the boy in white, he mentions that it's when they were taking care of him, but he mentions that he can see the drawings that Victor was doing in another scene. And so I think they're connected telepathically or something like that. If I'm wrong, let me know. Some of y'all have probably already finished season 2, so you know everything that's going on. I'm about to start it here soon. Yeah, there's just a lot of stuff that just doesn't make sense to me, like how they can't leave this town, but yet they're still getting provided food, water, all the stuff that they need. There's electricity that works there, but there's no power line where they're getting a main source of energy. There's a hole that Tabitha is digging towards the end of the season, and there's a voice that tells Jim that, hey, your wife shouldn't be digging that hole in the basement. And Jim kind of scurries back home in a panic to check on his wife. And by the time he gets there, it's sunk into the ground. She runs into Victor, who helps her escape the basement floor from collapsing on her. So I'm just confused at what's going on, how they're getting power, how they're getting food and water, how they're even surviving this universe. So that's where the video game theory comes in play to me. It could be some type of lab experiment. I think Dale mentioned that in one of the episodes, where Dale mentioned that it could be an alternate universe, but I think at some point they mentioned something about a lab rat. And I thought about that. Yeah, it could be an experiment, just by the way that it could be some type of experiment, because it seems like no matter how many people die, somehow this universe brings in that exact number of people that were missing. So the family that Jim, Tabitha, Ethan, and I wouldn't say the exact number, but the family in the beginning of the show, Frank and his wife and kid, they get unalived in the very first episode, which I will try to clip in the jump scare, because I saw the jump scare coming and it still fucking got me, because old ladies and scary movies and shit like that are still terrifying to me. Bruh.
Please.
Hell no, bruh. This bitch is creepy. Why are you on? Oh no. What? Hey, what y'all got me watching, bruh? Nah. But I saw it coming. I just didn't. I wasn't prepared. Let's just be honest. But yeah, if anybody knows, if anybody can give me some spoiler-free insight as to what could possibly be going on in this show, I'm getting ready to start season 2 either tonight or tomorrow. So maybe I'll be caught up by the time that you guys are able to comment on this. But anybody that's seen this show and loves this show, give me some feedback. Should I keep going? I know season 3 comes out this Sunday. I do plan on watching it, but should I hurry up to get to season 3, or should I just take my time and try to take notes and figure out what's going on before I hop into season 3? But yes, these monsters are creepy as hell because they show up in the form of human beings, but yeah, they just walk around smiling at people all night, and then if they get close enough to you, they torture you and kill you. And yeah, like Kevin, when Kevin died, I was like, one, you're an idiot for opening that damn window, and desperate. But yeah, that monster definitely tore his ass up, and they tore that whole house up. So I assume that bus that shows up at the very end of the season is like the universe replenishing the people that they lost the night or two before. So like I said, if anybody knows anything about this show, drop a comment in the comment section. Give me some spoiler-free details, because I'm about to hop into season 2. But yeah, I'm liking the show so far. It had a slow start. The acting was a little shaky at times, but it picked up over time and got better. And I imagine season 2, the chemistry will pick up, and as the storyline gets filled out, these characters, will become a little bit more likable, or we'll get to know the characters a little bit more. But that's all I got. If you're new here, please like, comment, subscribe, share the video, and remember to wake up and choose greatness.